Dan Blocker, born Bobby Dan Davis Blocker on December 10, 1928 in DeKalb, Texas, grew up in a small, tight-knit community. From a young age, he exhibited an impressive blend of physical strength and kindness. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 300 pounds, he was a gentle giant, embodying both power and a warm, approachable nature. Blocker's parents owned a small store in O'Donnell, Texas, where he learned the value of hard work, humility, and a sense of community. His upbringing, marked by perseverance and loyalty, would later shape his approach to both his personal and professional life. Blocker attended Texas Military Institute and later earned a degree in English at Sul Ross State Teachers College. He also excelled as a football player, showcasing his athleticism and leadership abilities, both of which would come to define his future endeavors. Military service and early career. Before entering the world of acting, Dan Blocker served his country with honor during the Korean War. He was drafted into the United States Army and served as an infantry sergeant. His military service had a lasting impact on him, instilling values of discipline, courage, and integrity. Blocker often spoke about how his experiences in combat shaped his worldview, making him more empathetic and understanding of others. After returning from the war, he pursued a career in education, becoming a teacher. Despite his success in academia, his passion for drama eventually led him to Hollywood, where he began taking small roles in television shows like The Rifleman and Gunsmoke in the late 1950s. Blocker's imposing stature and natural charm soon caught the attention of casting directors. The rise of Hoss Cartwright. In 1959, Dan Blocker's career took a transformative turn when he was cast as Eric Hoss Cartwright in the popular TV series Bonanza. Hoss, the big-hearted middle son of the Cartwright family, quickly became one of the most beloved characters in television history. Blocker's portrayal of Hoss was a perfect reflection of his own personality. Gentle, humorous, and deeply compassionate, Hoss was not the fastest gun or the most rugged cowboy. Rather, his humanity and decency made him stand out, bringing an emotional depth to the show. As Bonanza ran for 14 successful seasons, from 1959 to 1973, Blocker appeared in 415 episodes, becoming a true icon of American television. His character was the emotional core of the show, earning him the admiration of both critics and fans alike for his sincerity and authenticity. A humble marriage and family life. Dan Blocker's personal life, particularly his marriage to Dolia Parker Blocker, was one of the most enduring love stories in Hollywood. The couple met while both were students at Sul Ross State University in Alpine, Texas, and their relationship blossomed from shared values and mutual respect. Dan and Dolia married in 1952, before Dan's acting career took off. At the time, he was still a struggling actor and teacher, and Dolia provided unwavering support, helping him stay grounded during the difficult years. When Bonanza brought fame to Dan, Dolia remained the steady force in his life, never seeking the spotlight herself, but instead focusing on raising their family. The couple had 4 children, twin sons David and Dirk, and daughters Deborah Lee and Dana Lynn. Their home was one filled with love, warmth, and strong moral values, and Dan often credited his wife with keeping their family life balanced amidst the chaos of Hollywood. Blocker's loyalty to family and profession. Despite the pressures of fame, Dan Blocker remained remarkably humble and dedicated to his family. While other stars were often consumed by the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Blocker stayed true to his roots, always prioritizing his loved ones above all else. He would often hurry home after filming rather than attending industry parties, valuing quiet evenings with Dolia and their children over the lure of celebrity. His co-stars, including Lauren Green and Michael Landon, often remarked on his warm nature and dedication to his family. Blocker's deep devotion to his wife and children was evident in everything he did, from his work ethic to his interactions with others. He believed in the importance of loyalty, respect, and love, and these values extended not only to his family, but to his colleagues and the crew on Bonanza as well. Creative differences and emotional strain. The conflict between Dan Blocker and Pernell Roberts was not rooted in competition or jealousy, but rather a difference in approach to their craft. Roberts sought more complex and socially challenging storylines, while Blocker, with his grounded values, appreciated the simplicity and moral clarity of Bonanza. This divide created tension on set, particularly as Roberts became more vocal about his dissatisfaction. Blocker, who prided himself on being a team player, took Roberts' criticism personally. In interviews, Blocker once said, Purnell thought he was smarter than the rest of us, reflecting his frustration with Roberts' elitist attitude. Despite their differences, both men remained professionals, but their clashing perspectives on what the show represented created a palpable strain. When Roberts left Bonanza in 1965, Blocker reportedly felt relief, though he also acknowledged the sadness of the split. "I never wished him ill," he said, "but I was glad to stop fighting." Blocker's legacy and resentment toward Roberts. Despite the animosity between them, time eventually softened Dan Blocker's feelings toward Purnell Roberts. Blocker, who had always been a man of heart and generosity, reflected on his relationship with Roberts with a sense of weary respect. In later interviews, he admitted that perhaps Roberts had been right in wanting more from the show, but lamented the lack of gratitude Roberts showed for the success Bonanza had brought them. Blocker's legacy was that of a warm-hearted, loyal man who prioritized the collective good over personal ambition. Roberts, on the other hand, became known for his independent spirit and desire for artistic freedom. Both men left a lasting mark on Bonanza, but it was Blocker's humanity and generosity that resonated most with fans and colleagues alike. The shocking death of Dan Blocker. On May 13, 1972, the world was stunned by the sudden death of Dan Blocker, who was just 43 years old. His passing, due to a pulmonary embolism following a routine gallbladder surgery, shocked not only his family, but also his millions of fans. Blocker had entered the hospital for a procedure that was considered low risk, but complications arose, leading to a blood clot that traveled to his lungs, causing cardiac arrest. His untimely death marked the end of an era for Bonanza, leaving a deep void both on-screen and off. Blocker had become synonymous with the show, and his character Hoss Cartwright was beloved by viewers for his sincerity, warmth, and compassion. His death not only left a hole in the Cartwright family on screen, but also in the hearts of the real-life cast and crew, many of whom had come to admire him deeply. The impact on the Bonanza cast and crew Dan Blocker's death had a profound effect on his co-stars and the Bonanza family. Lauren Green, who portrayed Ben Cartwright, was reportedly devastated, calling it the end of an era. Michael Landon, who played Little Joe, was particularly close to Blocker and was inconsolable upon hearing the news. Landon later rewrote parts of Bonanza to reflect the loss of his dear friend and co-star. Purnell Roberts, who had left the show years earlier, also expressed his sorrow, though their relationship had remained strained. The impact of Blocker's death was felt deeply by everyone who had worked with him, from cast members to the crew. Despite the challenges and differences that had existed on set, Blocker's legacy as the heart and soul of Bonanza endured long after his passing. His big-hearted portrayal of Hoss Cartwright continues to resonate with fans to this day,